Well, thank you, Senator, and thank the
Senator from Missouri.
Thank you, Senator. Thanks to the Senator from South Carolina for pointing out that bad economic policies have the most impact on the most vulnerable among us. That number he gave of the percentage of income of families that have less than $30,000 of income a year, how much of that already goes to energy? You know, the administration says therefore an all of the above energy policy, but that appears to be all of the above energy unless we know it works, and unless we know it's available, unless we know we could get it, in this case, from a friendly source. Somehow we're not for that. We're for all of the above until we really look at what's there and what we know works and what makes our current energy needs met in the best way. You know, the pipeline's an example of something that would decrease our country's dependence on nations that we can't rely on quite as heavily. It increases our trading relationship with our very best trading partner. That oil is going to be sold to somebody, and a pipeline will be built. The question is the pipeline built to connect to the most logical customer and the best trading partner and come south, or does the pipeline go to the west and the oil goes to Asia? This is not about whether the oil comes out of the ground. It's not about whether a pipeline gets built or not. It's about whether we do the thing here that makes the most sense. On April the 18th, the State Department, by the direction of the President, once again said, we're going to wait a little while longer. How many deadlines do we have to blow by? I think it's interesting, in the last couple of few months when people have left the administration, when the Secretary of Interior leaves and is asked about the pipeline, he says, oh, of course we should build the pipeline. When the Secretary of Energy leaves and is asked about the pipeline, he says, oh, of course we should build the pipeline. Everybody knows that the logical, common sense thing to do is to build this pipeline and let us benefit from this energy. It's just an example. It has become an example of a common sense decision versus regulators out of control. Regulators who don't want us to use the resources we have or the resources that are right next to us. The national security implications of Canadian oil are pretty great and pretty obvious for everybody to figure out. The economic security implications of doing business with somebody who does business with us. Every time we send the Canadians a dollar, for decades they've sent us back at least 90 cents. Every time we involve ourselves in that trade and strengthen their economy, they turn right back around and strengthen our economy. Why wouldn't we want to do that? Just the cost of the pipeline alone, building the pipeline. Talk about a shovel-ready project, 20,000 jobs, not a single taxpayer dollar involved. In fact, the company immediately starts paying taxes to state and local government as that pipeline is extended through communities in almost all of our states. Another 830,000 barrels of oil a day. Roughly 6% of all our daily imports come from this one new source, but as others have pointed out, that pipeline then becomes available for other things as well. The bipartisan determination on this floor has been obvious that we should build this pipeline. We constantly talk about private sector job creation. And believe me, my friends, it's not just the job creation to build and to produce more American energy that are the jobs that are created. The jobs that are created when we have a utility bill we can rely on and a delivery system you can count on. People will make things in the United States again. The right kind of American energy policy becomes immediately the right kind of American manufacturing policy. The pipeline has almost become the tip of the iceberg that everybody has their eye on, but it's the example of the problem. We refuse to do things that would make our economy stronger, make our families stronger, and create jobs in America that have better take-home pay than the jobs that people have seen in the last 5 years. The take-home pay for American families has gone down and down and down in every one of those years when you look at the surveys. This is a fight worth fighting for, and again, nobody has been more dedicated to that than the senator from North Dakota, who understands what a difference energy can make in a state. He saw that happen as governor. We've seen that happen in the state he lives in. The right kind of American energy policy can do so many of those exact same things for the United States of America. And this is one of the easy examples to talk about of a volume of examples of the administration clearly headed on the path that makes no sense when you really look at the national security impact, the economic impact, or most importantly, the impact on American families. And again, thank you for leading this fight, Senator Hoeven.